Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? Anime Rage here, and I'm doing something a bit different. I'm doing a what if I was isekaied into KonoSuba, and so I'm going to have a special guest in here, and his name is Kill 360. If you follow me, you will probably know who he is. So yeah, so his channel link will be in the description down below. Check him out. Let's get him to 100 subscribers. So yeah, he's very, very close to this. So let's help him out. And so yeah, so how I want this to go is that it will kind of take place within the same thing as his, like what if he was isekai into One Piece, but it's like in a different timeline. So yeah, and yeah, and for this for our group that we're going to have in KonoSuba, because you're going to need a group, since I couldn't really think of a lot of people. I mean, I had a few people in mind, but like I couldn't really think of a lot of people, so I'm just going to have or add some characters from other anime series and put them in here, because that's what's good about KonoSuba. You can add anybody into the story and it wouldn't change anything. So yeah, and I will say this: if you want your own character into this story, well, you can go in the comments and tell me what is you want your character to be named and what power you want them to have. And so yeah, that's all the conditions you need to be in the part of this. And so with that being said, let's get on to the what if that I got going. So how I got this going is that I'm pretty much chilling in my room. I'm just laying in my bed, and I'm just tired as hell because I had school and stuff. And so I lay down, close my eyes. While I'm asleep, like I'm heavy asleep, and this light shines over me, but I don't notice it because I'm deep asleep. So this light shines over me and I vanish. And so yeah, I'm in this weird place. Open up my eyes and I see I'm in this place. And I see this chick and she's like, "Oh, I guess my call worked." And I was like, "Huh? Who are you?" Because I'm still a bit sleepy. She explains that I am Eris. And I'm like, Eris. Why does that name sound so familiar? Are you like a goddess or something? And she's like, "Yes, in fact, I am a goddess." And I'm like, "Okay, so what do you want me for?" And she's like, "Well, there's this one place that I need you to go to that needs saving." And I'm like, "Saving? Saving from what?" And she says, "Saving from a demon king, of course." I'm like, so I'm about to get isekai somewhere. I'm like, "Alright, cool. And she's like, "Okay, but I'm gonna add someone else to it." And I'm like, "Who?" And she summons Kill 360. I'm like, "Yo, what?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know that y'all two are pretty cool with going into different timelines together." And she opens up this thing and she's showing us from different timelines, from his what if that he did about me to the Kill what if to the One Piece. So in a different timeline, and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess we have been around in the world." So yeah, and she says, all right, so tell me what you either want your powers to be specific to you right now, or you can go down there and learn it yourself and stuff. So, and we're like, what kind of options she got for us? And, you know, she opens up this one tab that she had on her chair. She pressed this button, and she just pretty much showing us that we can just get any of these powers from any of these universes. And I'm like, okay. And you know, she explains that we can have powers from Dragon Ball, we can have powers from Naruto, we can have powers from Bleach, One Piece, just all these animes. And we can have a power kind of from the anime. And yeah, I'm like, oh, this is sick. And you know, Killya, he without hesitation, just off the bat, just says One Piece, and she's like, okay. And you know, she pressed this button, and it shows like One Piece, and it has selections of devil fruits that he can pick from. And Killya, he's like, okay. And he's like, okay, last time in my other universe, I had water, right? And she's like, correct. And Kill, he's like, okay. How about I get ice this time? And not just any kind of ice, demonic ice. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she it's pretty much like a 3D printer in a way. Like, you see this picture and she grabs it and it becomes real. So, yeah. And Kill, he's like, okay. And he takes a bite out of the devil fruit, and of course, you know, it's probably one of the worst tastes you could probably taste in your whole life, but hey. And she's like, okay, now it's your turn. She looks at me. I'm like, oh, okay, these are all some good ass options. I guess I'll also go with One Piece, I guess. And she's like, okay, One Piece it is. And yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll take like a different type of flame devil fruit and stuff. And she's like, okay. So she gives me this one devil fruit that's like red and it has like black explosions on it. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh, well, this devil fruit gives you crimson flames and explosions. I'm like, bet. And I take a bite out of it. I'm like, hell yeah. But sure, I almost threw up from the taste, but hey, it is what it is. And she's like, alright, I helped you out. Now, you both will be going under different names. And we're both like, alright, so what type of names you got for us? And she points at Kill, be like, your name's gonna be Kyoya, and my name's gonna be Davion. I'm like, okay. And Kill, he's like, alright, bet. And she's like, alright then. And I'm gonna give you a bit amount of money before y'all go. And we're like, really? How much? And she says, let's see, what's a good amount? Like 50,000 Aries each. And we're like, we don't know how that goes in the currency. And she's like, oh, it's just pretty much video game money. And we're like, oh, okay, so we just pretty much buy shit with it. And she's like, pretty much, yeah. And we're like, alright, bet. And she gave us both the pouches of money, and I put it in my pocket, he put it in his, and she's like, alright then. That's all the help I'll give you for it right now. If you die, you don't have to worry about it, cause reappear back here, and I'll be able to send you back down. And we're like, all right, that's good to know. And she's like, all right, time for you to get on your way then. And she pressed this button, and this bright ass light appears over us, and we start floating up a bit, and yeah, we vanish away. So yeah, we're pretty much we wake up, we're on the ground, and we're like, huh? And we look around, we see it's the KonoSuba universe, and we're like, this is gonna be a dope ass experience for both of us. So yeah, we're looking around and stuff, and and Aries, back at Aries, she's like, I think I forgot to tell them something. Oh well, they'll probably figure out once they get down there. So yeah, we wake up on the ground, and we're looking around, and Kyoya, he's the first one to realize, like, wait, your hair. I'm like, what? What about it? And he's like, it turned to red. I'm like, what? I would say we're next to an ocean or some sort of body of water. And we looked at, and I look, and I see that my hair is red now, and my eyes are purple. I'm like, huh? I guess she must have altered her appearance a bit. And I look at Kyoya, and I'm like, bro, your hair is white, and your eyes are blue. And he's like, huh? She must have altered her appearance due to the fruit that we ate. I got ice, and I got fire. We're both like, all right, we can dig this. So yeah, we're pretty much walking around a bit because it's the town of beginners and stuff, and we're just looking at all the unique people around because you got some normal human people, you got some demons walking around, and you got some animal human hybrids around like centaurs, arachnids, just all kinds of people here. So yeah, and Kyoya, he's like, so what's the first thing we should do? And I'm like, first thing we should do is get started on some missions, I guess, because we weren't exactly given a specific goal other than defeat the demon king. And he's like, you're right. I guess we just go there. How do we get there? I'm like, I don't know. Let's ask someone for directions or something. So yeah, I walk up to a certain individual who has orange hair, and I asked her like, hey, you know where the city hall for adventures are? And this chick is Nami, and I can already see the look on Kyoya's face, and I'll give him a look like, not right now. And she points us to the direction, and we walk there. And Kyoya's like, bro, that was Nami. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, bro, you should let me go talk to her. I'm like, bro, to her, you are a completely random person. So how would you look just randomly going up to her and just start saying stuff to her? And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. And I'm like, don't worry. It won't be the first time we'll see her. We'll probably meet a few more characters like her. Like, we'll probably meet some other people from other universes into this. And he's like, you're right. Anyway, let's keep walking. So yeah, we head to the hall, the Adventures Hall. And yeah, we're just going to get our Adventures card and stuff. And we see that this line is packed on one side. And on the other side, it isn't really, it's empty. Let me just say that, it's empty. So, us being the obvious ones, we pick the one that's empty. And we walk to the hall. This one lady's like, "Oh, I'm surprised she's not in the other line." And we're like, "Why?" And the receptionist is like, "Well, I guess you can say she's the hotter one." We're both like, "Oh, I guess." And she's like, "Well, anyway, I thought I wasn't gonna have anything to do today, so I'm assuming y'all want adventure cards." And we're like, "Yep." And she's like, "All right, just stand over here." As we walk over to this one thing, which looks like a scanner. So yeah, it pretty much scans Kyoya first. It starts like jotting down a lot of information on one card simultaneously. So yeah, so she starts asking us questions. Nothing too personal, just questions like what class you want to be, like what skill points you want at in some areas, and what skill points you want at some other areas and stuff. And so yeah, the lady, she's looking at Kyoya's card and look at race, and it says demon, and she's like, "Huh? Wait, you're a demon?" And Kyoya, he's like, "Uh, yeah, something like that." And she's like, "Okay, just know that you'll have pretty high mana reserves." And Kyoya, he's like, okay." As he gets his adventures card, and it says class adventurer, and he's like, "Okay." And it's my turn to get my card. And she's looking at my race, and she says, "Human." But she's like, "It's strange because you have almost the same amount of mana reserves as him, and he's a demon." I'm like, "Huh, must be luck or something." As she hands me my card, and it also says adventure. And we're like, all right, we got our cards. And so we walk over to this board that has missions for us to do. And so, we don't pick anything too difficult because, it's our first time and stuff. And so we walk over to and we pick toad hunting. We're like, toad hunting? I guess that's okay for a start. So we both take the paper and hand it over to the same receptionist, and she's like, so you want to start that one, huh?" We're like, "Yep." She's like, "Okay then, I guess off you go then." As this bright light hits us as we teleport, and now we're in the land of the toads. And so yeah, so we're looking around. We're like, "Whoa, this place, everything looks so like 3D and stuff. Like this kind of feels like, I won't say it's as crispy as Sword Art, but it's pretty nice." And yeah, so we're just walking around, looking around a bit, and we see these toads and stuff. They're just pretty much hopping around and stuff. And we thought like we was just gonna hand them some small toads. Now these toads are the size of houses, and we're like, okay. And we just look at each other like, all right. I say, all right, Kyoya, you take some on the left, I take some on the right. And he's like, "Bet, I guess we'll meet back here at sunset." And we're like, "Yep." As, yeah, he starts freezing some of the toads, and I start burning some. And so, yeah, we've been doing it for a little while. And it's finally sunset. We're both exhausted as hell. We pretty much killed almost every single toad in the area, or in our area, I should say. And we're like, all right, looks like we got everything we need. Let's head back to the Adventures Hall. And yeah, we're carrying like at least 10 bags of just toad stuff. So we walk back, and the same receptionist as before. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, the toad." We're like, "Yeah." And so yeah, we put all our bags at the receptionist desk, and it gets transferred into, I guess, Aries and points. And she's like, "Since y'all got pretty much a lot today, you're gonna have a lot of points to be working with to fill up your stats and sheet and stuff." And we're like, all right, all right. And so yeah, we have a pretty good amount of points to be working with. And both of us, we decide to keep our stats, well balanced in a way. And so yeah, that's a pretty good start, I would say, for this. And so yeah, I think I'm going to end it right here. So tell me, Kill tell me what you think about this. So yeah, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe on my road to 2K. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Relax your thighs, get on top and start to ride until you feel that need